It's Rochelle Morgan here from Show Me Hope with Tri-County Mental Health and from Soundscaping Source. This is the time of year when a lot of us are setting goals, making plans for the year ahead as we finish up 2020 and look ahead to 2021. The thing is, this is kind of hard to do when we're in the midst of a pandemic. There's so much that's unknown about the year ahead, and so much happened last year that there's a whole lot to process and to figure out as we're trying to move forward. It's really important that we honor all the things that happened in 2020, even while we're looking ahead to 2021. So I want to offer you a brief reflection and planning exercise that can maybe get you jump started on your goal setting for the year to come, or maybe just be a way for you to reflect and look ahead just a little bit, even during this time of so many unknowns. So I'm going to call this a 4-quadrant planning tool. That sounds really official, but I just made it up. And all it takes is a blank piece of paper. We're going to fold it into quarters. So fold it in half, and then fold it in half again. We get this nice symmetrical thing, and you'll see that I have already pre-labeled the 4 quadrants. So on the top half of the page, this is where we're going to reflect on 2020. So we're going to look back, whether 3 months, 6 months, all the way back to March, or maybe the entire year, whatever makes sense for you in your reflection time. And this is split here between things that are achievements or going well, and things that are problems or losses, areas that need help. So for achievements or going well, it could be, you maintained your hours during the pandemic. It could be that you have a rhythm with online school, and so your kids are doing school and you're doing work. That's going pretty well. It could be that you graduated, or you got a new job, or you moved, or bought a house. I mean, there's all kinds of things that could go into this achievement column. On the right side is where you're going to put those areas that are not so great. So maybe things that you've lost. Maybe you've lost a person in your life, or you've lost a job, or your home even. Maybe there are other problems that you're facing, like it could be the end of your unemployment benefits. It could be challenges finding a job in your field. You're going to list those here too, as a way to just put it on paper, right? The things going well, the things that need help. I usually find when I do these that there is more in this going well area than I thought, and that there's a lot here too. There's always plenty of things to work on and plenty of problems. So that's how you reflect on last year. Now, I do want to point out that if you have something that doesn't fit into one category really clearly, you can just write across the middle, right? So if something falls in a gray area, it's a blessing and a curse kind of thing, you can put it in there. That's fine. This is your process. So that's the top half, is to review last year. And then down here is where we're going to look ahead to 2021. On this side, it just says looking ahead. So what are you looking ahead to? What is coming up in 2021? What are your priorities for meeting your goals in your personal life, in your professional life, in your business, whatever it might be, in school? So I use this more as a brainstorming area. And then on the other side of the page that I have labeled goals and action steps, this is the place where I get a little bit more specific. So for a goal, it could be, I will read 6 books by the end of June. Or it could be, I will find an apartment within this many mile radius of my workplace by such a date. So I try to get specific there. You can also, if it's too hard to think about like a specific goal or an outcome, then maybe you just want to list action steps. Like, what are the next 2 things that you're going to do to move ahead? So an action step could be as simple as schedule an appointment with my primary care provider. It could be call my employee assistance program, or it could be call Show Me Hope and ask for help in getting through this next year. So sometimes we can only think 1 or 2 steps ahead. That's okay. you just list those right here, the next couple of action steps that you need to move forward into 2021. Okay, so that's what this 4-quadrant action plan looks like, and it's a good way for me to get some thoughts out on paper, and to start putting some concrete steps and goals ahead of myself so I know where I'm heading into the next year. So I encourage you to do that as well. And if you have any insights during this that you want to share, feel free to leave a comment below this video and share some encouragement for the other folks who are watching this as well. I hope that you have a successful process of reflection and planning as we head into this new year. And I wish for you hope for this next year. Now, please remember that if you are struggling during this pandemic and you need some support, Show Me Hope is here to help. We have a 24/7 disaster distress hotline if you've been affected by the pandemic, which we all have. All you have to do is pick up the phone, call, or text the number that I'll show you at the end of this video, and you'll get access to somebody who, a counselor who can help you through that. We also have a lot of other resources available. There's information below this video that you can check out the other resources that we have at Tri-County and for Show Me Hope across the state of Missouri, and then the crisis counseling programs across the country. Okay, so hang in there. Look ahead. 2021 is going to be a better year for us. I think for sure it's got to be, right? I will see you again in another video.